Hello, everybody. I am here with Meg to talk about the first week of Love Island USA, now on Peacock. How are you feeling about this season 4, Meg?
Pretty good. I like Love Island. It's a lot of episodes though. It's on so much.
A soap opera 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's intense.
So, honestly, before we start this, I want to know because I don't watch a lot of dating shows. So, what is it about dating shows that captures women to watch them so often?
Um, I think it's the drama. I think for single women, it's like what could be seeing other people go through similar issues, especially hot people, good looking people that still have trouble like finding relationships. I think they can be relatable, but for me, it's the drama.
Yeah. Yeah, the drama's why I like all these shows anyway. I've talked a lot about this season already. Who stands out the most to you? Well, first we'll say who stands out the most to you negatively for the drama.
I'm a little bit torn on that. I'm not really feeling Timmy, although he is kind of surprising me. The metaphors have got to go. I can't with all of his metaphors and the way that he speaks, but he is actually surprising me, and I kind of ranked him a little bit higher. Um, I'm not really feeling Jesse or Andy. So I guess my negative feelings are all towards the men.
Yeah, all the men are very negative. Well, not all. I like Timmy, but who? What about the women? No, the women are negative.
Um, I don't really have any negative feelings about the women yet. I think the women come into this show more open for real and honest conversations. The guys say they are, but their actions don't always match that. So I don't have bad feelings towards any of the females right now.
Who do you feel most positively about?
I really like Serenity. Um and I mean, I like Timmy. I think he's doing the best as far as like his couple goes and the way that he is handling the interactions with people. I just don't really care for his like personality too much. But I think that him and Isaiah are probably up there for the guys for me. But I really do like Serenity and Deb.
Yeah, those were two of my favorites. Although I have a new favorite, which we'll get to as we talk about this. Do you have any? We're gonna be doing rankings, our thoughts on the couples today. But do you have any thoughts on I don't even remember her name. The Robin Cass looking girl, Valerie. Any thoughts on Valerie?
um, I felt bad for Valerie, but I think she just came in kind of too hot and expected too much. And um, I felt bad that she was the first to go. I think she's incredibly attractive and she seems like a really cool girl, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out for her.
Oh, why do you think? I don't understand it. I guess we'll talk about it when we get to him. But why do you think? What was it about the conversation that made her pick Jesse? Because I just don't get this Jesse guy.
I honestly don't get it either. And, you know, I thought I was going to like him, but then I don't, the same reason that Val kind of was like, fuck off and peace out. Like, I don't like this. You can't say the same thing to two different people, especially in something. Love Island is kind of famous for all of the females typically have really good relationships with each other, and they handle that conflict really well in that setting, which is interesting because females don't normally handle that kind of conflict very well. But they're going to talk to each other. So why are you telling them both that you're going to pick them and like this whole thing?
Yeah, I did not understand any of that either. And I just think he doesn't say a whole lot. So that's why I'm like, well, you're really falling for this conversation with him because he just talks in circles.
He says nothing. He says nothing.
He must give off that player vibe or something, which is little, it's his
I
deep
also don't find
voice.
him super attractive, so I don't get it.
Well, we are going to start with number 6. I will type it out. One of the newest couples. We both had them last. Isaiah and Maddie. What are your thoughts on them while I type this?
Well, I mean, I ranked Isaiah and Maddie last because I feel like the only reason he picked her is because his couple got taken away from him by her couple. It was a good kind of move on his part to keep her kind of in the house and not let her get booted, because then maybe Andy and her could still have something, and he might still be able to slide in there with Sydney. It was good to keep her around, but there's nothing there. We haven't really seen any conversations with them. They kind of just got forced together, so I rank them last because they're a couple by default.
They really are. And I already talked about this, but what did you think about Isaiah's, like, with Sydney about the whole red flag thing?
I think that he got a little scared because I wrote in my notes, it was like a little too much too soon between the two of them. She kind of latched on there pretty quickly, and I think he just was not good at communicating kind of how he was feeling in that. But once they got over that hump, I feel like they were good.
You don't think it's because he thought that the other girl Valerie was gonna pick him, and he was getting a little like, I'm gonna push you aside?
Yeah, I mean, at that time, sure, I think he was trying to keep his options open. And then when he realized that Sydney was kind of his only option at that time, he fell right back into it. I thought Isaiah and Sydney were a good couple. And if they were still together, I would have ranked them pretty high.
Do you think he didn't pick Valerie because she didn't pick him? Because, I mean, that was his choice. He could have picked Valerie and switched things up even more.
Yeah, I also just think that I think there was more strategy behind him picking Maddie, and that's why he went with her over any of the other options.
So what are your thoughts on Maddie, if any?
I feel bad for Maddie. She was the new girl coming in. Andy kind of swapped over to her. I thought that they had a really good connection, and then it was kind of out of nowhere. He was all over Sydney, and she just kind of got pushed to the side, and I mean, that sucks for her.
Yeah, it was very out of nowhere. I think, judging by the preview, she's not going to take it so well with Andy, and I mean, that's the way it should be. But yeah, I don't see any spark here with this couple, I think.
No, there's nothing.
So we will move on to, I guess, probably the most dramatic couple, number 5, probably thanks to my ranking, is Jesse and Deb. What are your thoughts on this couple? It's because of Jesse.
I mean, I think in their conversations, Jesse was being honest with Deb about how he did, he was telling her he wanted to get to know Val, and that was an option for him. At the same time, he wanted her to get to know the other men in the house too. I just don't think that he was communicating that well with Val. So I don't think that the whole going back and forth between the two girls affected Deb as much, because I think she was kind of on page with what was going on. Whereas Val was the one that was taking him more seriously in what he was telling her. And he was kind of telling her, I think, things that were going to make her happy instead of telling her the honest truth. But I do think that he was being honest with Deb. So, I mean, I ranked them 4th on my list. I don't think that they're an awful couple, but I think that she could do better. And we'll see, I guess, later as new people come in.
Yeah, I also think she could do better. But I was thinking today, maybe I was being too harsh on Jesse because, like, I keep forgetting her goddamn name. Valerie picked him. So maybe that's why he felt bad about the whole Valerie situation. Maybe that's why he was just trying to be nice to Valerie.
Yeah, sure. And you don't just like straight up be like, oh yeah, I'm going to choose you at a recoupling, and like,
Yeah,
you're
you're
the
right.
one I want and you're my number one, when that's not the truth.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
He took away an opportunity from her to get to know other guys to be able to be chosen. And in the end, she ended up being dumped because of it.
You're right. He did. So I guess he's still a scumbag. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, I do think Deb could be better because I like Deb. So I hope she actually can move on from this because I don't think it's going to work out.
Mm-mm. I mean, I don't see them lasting super long. They're not going to win. So
No. Any other thoughts on these two?
No, I mean, I really like her. I think she's very genuine and honest, and I hope that she doesn't get played by him, which I'm sure she will.
I think she will too. She's maybe a little too nice.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 4, another new couple, although probably not the new couple you might think because I kind of rated them high. It is Tyler and Serenity at number 4.
I kind of rated. I mean, I put them third on my list. I like these two. I just hope that he's um being honest and willing to give her a chance to really get to know her. I think she's absolutely beautiful. And I think that they did. I liked the way that he handled the two, went back and forth, with Val and everything and the conversations that he had. And I knew that he was going to choose Serenity just based on the way that they were talking with each other. They talked more realistic lives. Where could we be in the future? What do you want out of your life? And him and Val didn't really have those types of conversations.
Yeah, I like them both, and I think they have a lot in common, like career wise. But I don't know. I don't see a spark between them personally. I feel like it's for Serenity again. I feel like it's more friendship vibes.
It could be for sure. I really want good things out of her, so I have high hopes for her. Um, I felt bad how she kind of started the show with who was she with?
Felipe.
Felipe. Yeah, that was just not a good match. And I mean, from the very beginning, because she stepped forward for Andy, the first guy, and then she was the only one, and he didn't choose her, so she kind of got booted right away.
Yeah, I like Serenity. I don't know. It's just not working out for her so much. I guess I'll give these two a chance, but I don't see a spark yet. I think it's kind of still similar to Felipe.
Yeah, I think it's better than Felipe. I think there's more hope there than there was with Felipe, but I'm glad that he at least chose her to see if there's something there. And if not, at least she's still there so she can make connections with other people.
I agree. They're another new couple, so there's not a lot to say yet. We'll see. Maybe there's 2 new people coming. Maybe that will shake it up further. Number 3 is Andy and Sydney. This is my fault. They're probably not a good couple, but I really like Sydney. She's become my favorite. At first I was like, her plastic surgery is a little botched, and I don't know if I can like her. But I love that she's a shit stirrer. She is the shit stirrer of the house so far.
Yeah, I mean, I am not really feeling Andy, so I ranked them pretty low. They were 5th out of 6 for me. I don't see him sticking around. I think that when something shiny and new comes in, he'll flee.
He's also apparently a bad kisser because that he didn't do very hot in that
Yeah,
show.
we can't do the darting tongue. That's a big no for all females. I think I'll speak for everybody. So,
well, Sydney was one of the best kissers apparently, so maybe she can teach him a few things.
I guess we'll see.
He might need it. But yeah, I just really like Sydney. I hope this could also tank her game though. If people actually don't like Andy, or if the fans don't like Andy, I think there's probably bigger fish to fry for the fans, like Jesse and Isaiah. But maybe Andy will become that as well.
You think Isaiah? People don't like Isaiah?
They didn't at first, like the first half of the week when he was doing the whole red flag thing.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe
he pulled it back together. He got it together.
I guess he's also very young, but
yeah, he's only 21. He is the youngest in the house, right?
I think so.
But she's 22, so. But when I was 22, I did not look like that. I mean, I still don't look like that, but
like what?
Just like, I don't know, Botoxed.
Well, I would hope not. That's why you still don't look like that, because you're not shooting a Botox. Do you think Isaiah looks like that?
No, I think he looks like your average 21-year-old dude from South Dakota.
Yeah, but some of these women, it's pretty rough. The plastic surgery, I didn't know it was that popular with such young people. It's kind of weird to me.
I've never been the kind of female that wears a ton of makeup and puts hair extensions in and gets lip fillers. And I mean, that's just not my jam. So I don't understand these 22-year-olds that are, how do you pay for it? What do you do?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Her lips are a little too big for me.
Yeah, Sydney's not my favorite looker of the group, But she is my favorite person right now because she at least stirs the pot, which I like.
Oh yeah, and she's unapologetic about it.
Any other thoughts on Andy or Sydney or them as a couple? Do you think there's
Mm-mm,
potential there, or just not because
mm-mm.
Andy's so everywhere?
I think that they're both gonna.
All right. Well, we have a tie at number one because we flip flopped one and two. So our tie is Zita and Timmy and Felipe and Courtney. So I guess whoever you want to talk about first while I type this.
Um, I put Felipe and Courtney first because I think they have the most natural connection. They were not coupled together and they just very naturally came together. They seem to have the most chemistry between them. I think they look good together. I think they fit well together. I think they'll have a good kind of hot, heated thing going on. I don't know if it's enough to take them to the end or keep them together forever and get married and have babies. But I think for the Love Island aspect of it, I think that they'll stay together for a while.
Yeah, my only problem with them is Courtney. She's like the one woman I don't like so far. She gives me vibes. She gives me Jessie vibes. I honestly feel like Courtney's going to be as fake as her face at some point in this game.
Well, she really kind of wrote Andy off very quickly in like one conversation, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm not into that." Which I
Yeah,
get. I mean, he said he lives with his mom and she's his best friend and they work together. That's kind of a lot.
it is a lot. It's a lot. I didn't really mind that from her. I still just get the vibe that there's something about her, like different from Jessie. I don't think it's not a totally fake in the way that Jessie is, but I feel like Courtney will be the like female player of the house, I guess, if that's even the way she talks about people.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I just feel like we haven't really seen a whole lot of her. She's not
Mm.
really been in any kind of major like storyline so far.
But they do have the sexual chemistry. I think they might be more like fuck buddy energy than.
Those kisses look pretty hot. So,
Yeah, we'll see. I could definitely see them wanting to be fuck buddies with other people in this house, though. They both have that same vibe, honestly.
yeah, though I think they'll be the first ones to do the deed.
Oh yeah. And then Zeta and Timmy, I feel they're my number one just because I like them because they entertain me. But I also feel like they have a good connection too. Even though they were like the first coupling, I felt like from right away they had a chemistry.
I agree. I feel like I'm a little cautious about Timmy. I think I am just afraid that they're going to be together for a couple of weeks. And then when they do that whole different island house thing, it's kind of going to
I
go
think
from
so
there.
too. That's what I was saying as well.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
could
that
see that.
he'll keep his eyes on only her for the whole time. And I think that she's the type of person that's not going to play with that. And as soon as that happens, she'll be done.
No, she already does little petty things, which I like. Whenever he talks about another woman, she goes and does something petty to another guy. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite things about her, to be honest.
When she just like took a grasp of Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch Love Island UK?
No.
Okay, I was gonna ask if they ever cast Americans because this show loves casting British women. Apparently,
Yeah. I don't think the UK loves Americans as much as we love the
they
Brit.
don't. I guess not. Well, do you have any final thoughts on the couples or any predictions? We have two new people coming in.
Um, predictions. I mean, I don't see Isaiah and Maddie lasting past the next recoupling. Um, I don't know if I see Tyler and Serenity really lasting past the next recoupling or like maybe the next two. Um, I
Andy and Sydney.
Yeah, I love the rotating door of new people. I just think it adds this whole aspect of drama and what could be, and it keeps people on their toes. But I don't really see like a power couple yet. And I mean, maybe Timmy and Zeta, but is it Zeta?
Zeta, I think.
Yeah. Um, I think in other seasons we've seen two people just really get it going from the beginning, and I don't really feel that strongly about anybody thus far. I can't really say that any of them are going to stay together.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I do think Zita and Timmy are probably the closest thing, just because they have been together since the start without real any drama yet. But I do think the drama will come, like you said, and it
Oh
might
yeah.
be a pseudo thing because the new girl, she is
Oh, I didn't see
slim
her.
thick.
I don't know about the new people yet. Do you use the app and make your votes and stuff?
I don't. I'm not that into it. I guess maybe I
No, I
should.
have on previous seasons, but I haven't yet this one.
We'll see. Maybe I will.
I always forget, and I watch the episodes later, and then voting's like over.
Yeah. I don't even know how the voting works, to be honest, because I never voted on this show. I only watched last season. That was the first season I ever watched.
Oh yes, I've seen them all.
All right. Well, thank you, Meg. This is week 1 of Love Island USA. Hopefully, we get plenty of drama to talk about for next week.
Oh yeah.